do I get my spouse to be more adventurous in the bedroom? Well, as a relationship coach and Christian sex educator, I do get asked that question often. And actually, I am starting a whole new series called Ask Mary, where I take those hot seat questions from my audience and unpack them one at a time. So this week, we are talking about how to get your spouse to be more adventurous in the bedroom. And if you have a question you would like for me to answer, please just send me a direct message, leave it in the comments, what have you, and I will add it to my list. Okay. Back to our question. Now, adventuresome, what does that mean? I don't really have a backstory for that. It could mean so many things, you know? Is this person talking about, let's do some new activities together in the bedroom? Is that about different positions? Is that about different toys? Role playing. I mean, there's a lot of things right there to figure out. And really, if you want more, then I'm just going to push back here and ask you to get clear. What is it that you want? And I'm also going to ask, why do you want it? Not like there's something wrong with what you're doing or asking for, but the more clarity you get within yourself, then the easier it's going to be to have this conversation with your spouse, because you're going to reduce a few of the unknowns. And we certainly want to let some of that anxiety go, just because talking about sex can feel awkward. Okay, so we asked, what do you want? Why do you want it? That's fantastic. I have more questions for you because I'm trying to help you figure this out and how to make this happen in your marriage. So have you talked to your spouse directly? Sometimes we hint, we make suggestions, we think it's obvious, but clearly no one is a mind reader. And if they were, it just would not be happening in the bedroom. Oh, you may get good at reading body language, but those thoughts and those internal feelings, wow, it's so much more helpful if you can express that. So, have you been direct with asking your spouse? And did you listen when you asked? Or did you have this predetermined idea they were either going to say something exactly like you said it, and if you had no grid for another perspective? And I know that may not be what you wanted to hear right now, but you are two different people. That's part of the attraction. You know, I just love how God matches us, and He knows what is best for us. He knows that difference about your spouse will keep you engaged. It will keep you pursuing. It will keep the mystery alive, and that makes it more fun. So you can start reframing in your thoughts some of the differences and the extra steps or the different steps it causes you to take. Okay, I have more questions for you. Was there a hesitation when you asked directly? So, and it's perfectly fine. It may be, hey, just not right now. Not ready to try that right now. And you just might not know what's going on in their everyday life. If they're feeling a lot of stress with something else, and to tackle something new in the bedroom may feel like a stressor. They may interpret that as, my spouse is rejecting who I am right now. They want something different. You know, there's just more involved than just that single question. What else? So if there is hesitation, did you come up with a plan together on how you want to address this? Once again, this isn't an ultimatum. It's not a my way or the highway. A plan can involve steps. So if you have this extravagant thing that you want to have take place, then maybe there are some subtle gradual ways to work towards that. I always encourage spouses to use humor when things feel a little stressful. Now, the humor is not making fun of your spouse, but some reason I'm having the gold bikini from Princess Leia and Star Wars come to mind. It's an ancient movie, except I know that idea gets replayed. So that could be a funny joke too. Hey, hun, I'm not really asking for that, but this other thing. So find an appropriate humor to deal with some of those delicate conversations. And more questions for you. Is this a serious issue? Is this a pattern in your marriage that there's a lot of hesitation, there's a lot of pushback? It's not just in the bedroom. So you have to take that into account. Or is this a situation that just might require a little extra patience on your part and a little more intentionality? So it might not be a big deal. If it is, we can still come up with a plan for that, right? But there may be just smaller things that increases your trust level overall, which will increase your trust level in the bedroom. Okay, final question for you. Is this good for your marriage overall right now? Kind of back to that stress situation, but previously I was talking about your spouse and their stresses. But what's your marriage going through right now? Are they ready? Is your marriage ready for this kind of adjustment, this kind of a little stretching experience? There are some great times of the year and seasons in your life when it is perfect to have those growth stretches, but not every time. So just be genuine as you're having that conversation. Think about it first. Think about the things that you would like to say to frame it really well, to frame it in a way that's going to be an easy response. You're reducing the stress, right? Deep breath. And that way it will make the conversation easier and you'll find out, are we closer to being adventurous? Maybe so. Now, if I have just caused all kinds of red flags to raise for you because you realize, ooh, we are not there, this was a lot to process. Well, this is my specialty, is helping couples to talk about sex and helping them to come up with this mutually satisfying, respectful experience. I just love giving God all the honor because it's His design to bless marriages with this gift. But if you need a little help, please contact me. I have a free 15-minute relationship consultation just to see if working together might be a good fit. I'll put that link below and you can reach out. Also, just wanted to thank you for joining me, and remember that God's design for a thriving marriage is intimate connection, spirit, soul, and body.